Hi, welcome to China Uncensored, live in Taipei, Taiwan. I'm Chris Chappell.
I'm Shelley Zhang.
And so, I know our last live was kind of messed up because of bad internet quality. That was on the night of the election. So this live will kind of talk a little bit about what happened that night during the elections. We'll also have a chance to answer some Q&A. And then we have a little special treat here. First of all, the cutest Domino's box ever. But Shelley, why don't you tell them what's inside of this?
It is Domino's famous/infamous Boba pizza. If you don't know what Boba is, it is the bubble tea pearls from Taiwan's famous invention, bubble or boba tea.
But before we get into that, don't we have a special guest joining us?
We do have a special guest on our live broadcast. We're very excited to have Taiwan President Tsai Ing-Wen.
She's shorter in real life.
Yes. Shorter and plushier, I think, in real life, joining us for the broadcast.
I'm not sharing my boba tea pizza with her. I guess we'll just set her right here in the back. All right. Okay. Well, should we get into this?
Okay.
All right.
I think we have to unbox the pizza.
Okay. Well, first, for the people who don't know, this is bubble tea. This is an officially licensed Powerpuff Girls boba tea. Essentially, what bubble or boba tea is, it's milk, tapioca pearls. That's the black things floating around there, and tea, and lots of sugar. It's a pretty popular thing that Taiwan gave to the world. One of the greatest gifts this country has given. And, is reason enough to formally recognize it diplomatically, I say.
So for the bubble tea, we should formally recognize...
This is the scariest part about these.
Oh, man. What?
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
So with any bubble tea, you get a special little straw like this so you can sip up the little tapioca pearls. So we just got these so you know.
Oh, Chris.
Wonderful. So now you know what that is.
I kind of feel a little bad for stabbing this little creature through the eye, like, middle of the head, but,
That's the dark side of Taiwanese cuteness. All right. Let's do this. What?
You're going to cut it?
I guess we don't need to use the knife.
Okay, no, we do. You're right.
All right, close enough. All right. That was
Can we just show the pizza box?
Yeah, so this is not the kind of pizza box we have, and everything in Taiwan has to be cute.
I just got this, like the smell of the sugar and the bubble in the pizza.
I don't know how they're going to do this. It's how to make a salty pizza into a sweet bubble tea treat. So, oh gosh, I don't even know how to, okay. All right.
Okay, to be fair, these are slightly...
Matt is just reaching in with his knife while holding the camera. Matt is a man's man.
We said, Matt, do you want to be on the live stream too?
Not if it meant eating this.
Yeah, basically.
Now on the live stream.
All right. Okay. Are you ready, guys? Wow.
Oh.
Wow, it smells like a sweet boba tea, but it is a cheesy Domino's pizza. Yeah, you don't know what to say, do you? For the record...
a little worried.
For the record, this was Shelley's idea.
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I was inspired by the fact that, Taiwanese election... sometimes after the elections, the losing candidates will go around to their districts and, apologize for not working hard enough. So I thought, this could be our apology tour for the quality of our last election live stream.
Yeah. Well, believe me, we are going to be suffering for our apology. Let me just fold this under and hopefully not spill this everywhere. I typically don't eat like this. I'm a gluten-free vegan carnivore.
A gluten-free vegan paleo keto.
I gotta drink bubble tea. All right. Wait, I guess I shouldn't. I realize we won't be able to wash the bubble tea flavor out of our mouths with the bubble tea. It'll just compound endlessly.
Well, this
oh
is
my
supposed
God.
to be the special bubble tea bubbles that are like the brown sugar ones. I don't know. Okay.
Well, at least there's no like tomato sauce.
Okay.
So again, sorry about the poor quality of the last live stream.
Oh my god, but hold on. I'm just looking at my pizza and like it is cross-sectionally about like 2/3 cheese.
I mean, if you ever had a bubble tea and thought, boy, I'd like some cheese in it.
I mean, I do like cheese tea,
Cheese tea is a thing that's nice.
but that's like not like mozzarella cheese. This
You first. All right, together.
1,
Two.
2.
Oh, it's so sweet. Oh. Shelly, I don't like your food ideas you make us do. Well, what do you think? Look, I gotta say, this really isn't my slice of tea.
Oh, well.
Oh, jeez. I mean, yeah, just imagine somebody took a perfectly good cheese pizza, put tapioca balls on it, and smothered it in syrup.
But
then you know
tapioca
it,
balls
man.
are like, they're like boiled in brown sugar.
Gosh. I will say the quality of the bubbles are good. They're very soft and tender. It would be great if these were in a bubble tea. Unfortunately, these are on a pizza.
The one thing I'm kind of grateful for is the fact that like the sweetness is so overpowering that it's kind of like the cheesiness of it, which I thought would be the grossest part, is kind of mitigated because there's so much sugar going on.
I'm really questioning my life decisions that have led me here.
Oh god. Oh my god, it ripped up.
Hey, cheers. Taiwan 2020. Boom, democracy now. Wait, democracy now is a thing, isn't it? Oh, now this doesn't even taste sweet because this is so sweet.
Oh yeah.
This was a great breakfast. It is noon here, basically.
I mean, like,
Matt, do you want to try a bite?
Yeah, I'll try.
calm
All right,
down.
come on, Matt. Matt, everyone.
Grab a slice.
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to eat an entire slice, judging from you guys.
Maybe you'll like it.
No, face the camera.
Face the camera. Let them see this.
That is weird.
I mean, it's not terrible. We've had
It's
more
not.
terrible things.
That's true. Squid beaks from 7-Eleven.
No, those were
Those are the
delicious.
most disgusting
Those were
things.
so good. No.
Squids have beaks, and they just fried the beaks, and you eat those.
But it was so
That's-
good.
it
Well, they
was-
breaded and fried them, so they were crispy and crunchy and salty.
Oh,
Yeah, that was our last time in Taiwan.
Just thinking of me watching you eat that last time makes me feel sick.
They did look like little beaks, though.
Right.
You could
They
see the
did.
little
Well,
like beak
they were
parts
beaks.
sticking out.
I
I haven't found them
okay.
this time in 7-Eleven. I'm sad because also I haven't found watermelon milk, and I don't know if they stopped making it or if it was a seasonal thing. Sadness.
Well, you want to talk about the amazing election we witnessed? Because that was way better than this. I like Domino's, FYI. So,
I feel like
Domino's, if you'd like to sponsor this show, I'll compliment your other pizzas.
You have standards.
Yeah. Just not-
I mean, actually, I feel like that's not too bad.
okay.
Like the crust, coming from like New York pizza crust is a little disappointing. But
All right. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, thank you for joining us for our coverage of the Taiwan election. It really was incredible. I know most of the last live we did on election night didn't go through, so we'll just kind of go over some of that. Yeah, I mean, it's like the entire country was so wrapped up in the election. And I mean,
I mean, it depends who you talk to too, though. We saw a lot of the people who were probably most.
I guess when you go to a political rally, you will get the people who are interested in politics. But yeah, Taiwan has a super huge voter turnout.
74% this
That was
election.
this time? It's insane. What's like the U.S.? Like
I don't know, but I could
12?
look it up.
a
No.
little higher than
I think it's
that.
in the 30s.
Hey Matt, I think I bought a tea. Would you mind giving me
But
some
Chris,
tea?
you have a tea right there in front of
I
you.
want something that doesn't have sugar. Oh gosh, I feel like I'll turn into a cutesy Taiwan anthropomorphic character if I don't have something not sweet.
Okay, while we're waiting.
Oh,
Here's your tea, and I also bought some juice milk. If one of you guys wants juice milk.
Why
we-
would you do that?
we have one of these for you as well.
I
Side note, Ito and T, I love this stuff. If they'd like to sponsor the show, I would be over the moon. I love this stuff.
Why would they sponsor you? You've already basically
Because I
endorsed
can,
it.
damn it. Oh God. All right, well.
We're obviously good at this.
Gosh, I'm sure this is disgusting for all of you to watch. I'm sorry. I am so sorry about everything. But yeah, if you haven't heard, Tsai Ing-Wen won the election. She was the incumbent president for the DPP, the Democratic Progressive Party, and it was a blow to. It's just it doesn't. In front of us.
I was laughing because when you said she, I heard Xi Jinping, like she. So I just, that's
Yeah, it makes it confusing.
all. Yes.
Yeah, so this was definitely like Hong Kong, the Taiwanese people standing up and saying that we don't want really a lot to do with the Chinese Communist Party, especially their influence. And the Communist Party launched a massive disinformation campaign and an influence campaign to sway the election, probably in favor of Tsai Ing-wen's rival Han Kuo-Yu of the KMT Party, which favors closer ties to Communist Party. Excuse
Let
me,
me
I'm
take
sorry.
over here because they favor closer ties, especially closer economic ties. The former president before Tsai Ing-wen, Ma Ying-jeou, he was from the KMT party. He was in office for 8 years, and during his second term, he managed to meet Xi Jinping in Singapore. Do you remember this?
Yeah, it was a big deal.
It was a huge deal. It was like the first time the leaders of like the PRC, People's Republic of China, and the ROC, Republic of China, aka Taiwan, had ever met since, one of them kicked the other out of mainland
Since the
China.
Civil War.
Yeah, in 1949. So they met in Singapore, and then like she was talking about how we're all Chinese people, like blood is thicker than water. Like we're all the same blood that's thicker
Well,
than
that's
water.
what Martin Joe said too, that we're all one blood. Didn't he say that as
Like
well?
she said the blood is thicker than water thing, and Ma was kind of like yeah, like it was like an endorsement of like what
Of this talk.
yeah, and then like we should be closer together, that kind of stuff. That was his whole policy going on, and then the idea like they wanted like Ma Ying-jeou's government tried to sign like a trade agreement with the PRC, and that like sparked this entire like student youth, but like not just students, but it was known as the Sunflower Movement in Taiwan, where they basically occupied the Taiwanese legislature.
This was around the time of the Umbrella Movement in Hong Kong.
It was the same year as the Umbrella Movement. So like the students like occupied the legislature, like protesting against this trade agreement because they were afraid of selling out Taiwan to China, basically. And that like totally changed Taiwanese politics in a lot of ways because it gave a lot of power to these on the kind of more pro-independence, not like we need to actually fight a war or officially break away from the CCP or the PRC, but like we need to actually acknowledge that Taiwan is a country. And do you need?
I just need some form of comfort after this. But I know a lot of people in the comments have been asking, like, wait, wasn't the KMT party, weren't they the ones fighting the Civil War against China? And I realize this is a really good example of just how powerful the Chinese Communist Party's influence campaigns can be. If they can take the KMT party, the party that fought a civil war against China and got kicked out of the country, if they can turn those guys into CCP supporters, that just shows you how well the Communist Party is able to subvert an institution from the inside. So that's why everyone in the US and Australia and Japan, South Korea, everyone should be concerned about CCP influence because it's pretty effective.
Yeah. I just realized that we've been missing some chat things that people have.
Let me pull out my chat box.
So I did see. Sorry, we missed a couple of people. I did see somebody who gave us $14.99 and told us to get a couple of New York slices. Thank you.
Oh, that sounds so much better than this. Let's see. Oh gosh, I don't want to hear myself. All right, let me see if I can find those, Shelly. You talk at them for a little bit.
Sorry, my mouth is full of boba pizza.
What?
Would you guys try it? If you could
Yeah.
try one.
Yeah, let us know about that. I don't think
Someone says, I bet the pizza looks better than it tastes.
pizza.
They have
looks
this like
better.
beautiful, like it's shiny, like they've like sprayed like a sugar or something coating on top of it, so it like beautifully.
Yeah, I saw them. They like poured something on top of it.
Like it beautifully catches the light. In the advertisements, they had anthropomorphized the bubbles, so there were like little bubble like creatures crawling around the pizza, looking cute. Cartoon bubble creatures. So yeah, it does look good.
Oh, Philip A. Demick asked, while you're in Taipei, you should try the original General Tso's chicken. The creator has a restaurant there. Actually, we did go to the original General Tso's chicken place, and Matt and I did not like it very much.
I liked it.
The problem was, like, when I think of General Tso's chicken, I think of that, like, really greasy, fried, not very good quality General Tso's chicken you'll get in, like, a hole-in-the-wall Chinese place in New York. That's the flavor I like. This was actually, like...
Good.
Yeah, and that made it bad.
It was, like, crispy. It had, like, it wasn't too, like, drenched in, like, a sauce that was too sweet. There was not, like, broccoli, on it. Like, it was much better, but if you want, like, crappy breaded General Tso's drenched in sauce, it does not taste the same.
Yeah. Oh, I had a line of thought and I completely forgot. If you're just joining us, we are in Taipei, Taiwan. We are eating a Domino's bubble tea pizza. They call it boba tea pizza. Shelly is heroically managing to still eat it. I've thrown in the towel. We also have actual bubble tea, which, it's bubble tea. Bubble tea in Taiwan is great, but keep it off the pizza. I wonder how they came up with this. I wonder if somebody was eating pizza and accidentally spilled their bubble tea on the pizza and was like, hey.
It's like that commercial, you got peanut butter in my chocolate, you got chocolate in my peanut butter. Have you seen that?
I haven't, but that really
It's
makes
for
sense.
like, was it Reese's, Matt?
Yeah,
Like
it was
Reese's peanut butter
Reese's
cups.
Peanut butter cups.
And it's like from the 60s or something. And like a woman walking down the street holding, so there's one is a guy, one is a woman, one's like holding a chocolate, and one is holding a jar of peanut butter and walking down the street while eating peanut butter.
Right, I mean,
and
that's what you do, Shelly.
And then they collide on the street, and then,
Where
that's
is-
Reese's peanut butter.
Where is Tsai Ing-Wen made?
That one doesn't say, but
My hands are clean
Yes.
if you want to hand me that. No, I can't reach it. It's going to be too awkward.
Hey, Vile23 donated $20. Thanks. Last episode of China Unscripted was great. Thank you. We will have Josh Phillips on again. Check out China Unscripted, our podcast.
This is a Tsai Ing-Wen bobblehead we got at the DPP election event.
yes.
And
There are people selling swag. I don't think they're necessarily DPP people, but like it looked like a bunch of like vendors selling different swag.
I mean, it's a capitalist democracy.
Took the bubbles right out of my mouth.
So, speaking of capitalism,
It's pretty cute. It says like her name is Xiao Ying, which is like Little Ying for Tsai Ing-Wen, and it has like the little bobblehead. Like Taiwanese election swag is adorable. We don't have any election swag from Han Kuo-Yu, her opponent, but there was one that I saw that was like a little plushie like this one, and he's dressed as Captain America, but with like the KMT logo on his shield, and like the colors of the Taiwanese, like the ROC flag.
Do you think that was officially licensed?
By Marvel?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a spoof. It's a parody. They don't have to license that. It's not Captain America. It's Captain ROC. Yeah.
I imagine what the CCP would say about that.
Okay. So anyway,
Yeah. Finish it up.
you were going to talk about what we discovered, right?
Well, so there was a little sticker on the back, and I was like, what's underneath this blank white sticker? And we peeled it off, and I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I'll try to. Here you can see right there. What does that say?
Made in China. So, yeah.
So what do you think about them apples?
Closer economic ties with China. You hear it first. TPP is in bed with China.
Actually, what this made me wonder was what the people in the factory who were making these things were thinking. Because, like, everywhere on that, you know, it's like, light up Taiwan.
Well, actually, it says light up Taiwan.
Oh, wait. Well, in Chinese, it says Taiwan. This one says Taiwan on the side.
Interesting. This
Interesting.
box is
There's
loads
maybe
of fun.
some quality control issues with made in China products.
Oh, real quick. Right Curve donated $30. Thank you. Says, congratulations, Taiwan, for winning. Yeah, it was a huge victory for democracy, I think.
But yeah, I was just wondering because, like, so this is Tsai Ing-Wen. She's got a little Taiwan on her jacket, like the outline of Taiwan, and it's just, I wonder what they think this is. You know what I mean? Like, do they know it's for, like, the Taiwanese presidential election? I don't know.
And I wonder about all the stuff that's made in Chinese factories. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff. Why am I still eating this? It's just right in front
The
of me.
weirdest thing is we were in a Cracker Barrel once, and it was before Christmas, so they had all their Christmas ornaments.
I love Cracker
And
Barrel.
I saw, like, this Elvis Presley Christmas ornament made in Dongguan, China. And I was like, there's so many cultural things about that, like, you would just not understand what was going on, right? I mean, they probably know who Elvis is, but, like, yeah, just, like, the weirdness of, like, why would you put Elvis on a Christmas ornament, like, et cetera, et cetera.
All right. Most people are asking, is this good? Well, as I said, it's not my slice of tea.
I mean, it's kind of growing on me. I kind of wish we had been able to get it, like, warmer, because I've seen photos where, like, you know, the whole, like, pulling the
Piping steam.
cheese off.
Yeah, I think heat really would have made this much better. Oh, Z-Bon K said you missed my super chat. Yeah, sorry. Shelly really dropped the ball on this. She didn't see it, so go ahead and ask your question again.
I brought the ball on something?
Yeah, because you were looking at you had out, and so you know this is all her, not me. I love you guys. It's her. So yeah, if you were one of those, I think there was like 2 people who did a super chat question where you donated something, and we missed it. So just ask it again. Let us know. Let's see, but yeah, everyone else can ask those questions too. Oh, also quick note. Later tonight for us, I think early morning for you guys.
Say 8 hours from now.
8 hours from now, we're gonna do another live stream in a night market.
We're doing well.
We're gonna go to a store. Yeah.
We're going to go to
Not
Costco.
psychologically prepared for this.
We're going to go to
No.
Costco and go shopping.
Yeah. This is the end of the trip, and we're all very tired. Oh, up. Scroll. Oh, Pablo Ramirez donated 2,500 CLP. I don't know what that is. Says, hi guys, thanks for your great coverage. It was a long and great day for the people of Taiwan. Where can I get those Tsai Ing-Wen dolls? Well, you can order them from China, apparently. Shelly is looking that up.
Chilean pesos.
Oh, cool, 20 pesos. Yeah, I don't know where you can get these. Like, we were at a DPP rally, and that's just where they come up. Oh, someone says you never dropped the ball.
Oh,
As if
thank
it's
you.
me. As if it's always me.
Yeah, so we were at a DPP, the election night rally. So, you know, there were a lot of vendors selling stuff. Matt got a very interesting T-shirt that I can't say what it says in front of the camera. But, you know, there were also people selling food. Chris tried a corn dog. This is all stuff that we did in the live stream. That
We're
was
working on figuring out how to do a better
terrible.
thing.
In the spirit of the losing candidates of Taiwan, I now need to apologize for the live broadcast.
Eat another slice.
We had been told there was going to be Wi-Fi for the press, and we registered as press, and then we try to log onto the Wi-Fi, and we're like, what's going on? And then we messaged some of the other press, and they're like, no one here is getting Wi-Fi.
Oh, good.
PPP.
So, yeah, that was not so good. But what we should have done in retrospect, because some of you guys suggested this, and I thought it was good, is like, we should record a separate thing that's just a straight stream in high quality and then upload that immediately. The downside, of course, it's not actually live and you can't really chat with us. But
yeah, I mean, this great conversation.
Yeah.
So one of the super chats we missed, they said, I just wanted to say Matt did a great job on the last America Uncovered.
He did, thank you.
So, yeah, actually there'll be another
Mad American Uncovered
coming out.
So the story behind this is, can I tell like why I ended up doing it?
Sure, real quick. Destination Lyra donated £2. China will hit Taiwan economically. Can the U.S. defend?
Very interesting.
That's actually, I thought that was going to be a quick question. We'll get to you in a second, Matt. Sorry.
I
just wanted to get the fan.
I always feel like that, but yes.
So
why don't we make room for Matt on the couch?
I know what I'm going to do. Here, you just...
So I'll start answering this question, I think.
ahead.
So China has already been trying to hit Taiwan economically, and it is working to an extent. Like the tourism industry, there's much less Chinese tourism.
They've basically banned, after Tsai Ing-Wen came into office, they tried to decrease the amount of tourism by a lot, and they also recently banned individual tourism to China, to Taiwan, basically. So you can now only come with a tour group.
Yeah. However, with the trade war happening, a lot of business that was going to China, like manufacturing and tech stuff, is coming back to Taiwan. So actually, the Taiwanese economy is doing pretty well right now. It's actually been doing better.
It's not doing terrible, but it's not, a lot of the older people, they kind of remember when, this is similar in a lot of ways to the US, where they remember when Taiwan was a manufacturing hub in the 70s and 80s, and even early 90s. So they feel like, oh, well, our economy was doing much better back then. And then a lot of that manufacturing went to China, because this was cheaper manufacturing. It wasn't now Taiwan is known for a lot of high-tech stuff, most of the microchips are made here, and that kind of thing. But back then it was, the kind of stuff that you see made in China now used to be made in Taiwan. So people kind of remember, oh, it was a lot better economically. So when the KMT promises closer China ties, that'll bring back that economic prosperity, that's what people are thinking about, what it was 20 years ago, not what it was 10 years ago or something like that. So that's an effective line that they use that kind of gets older people to be like, oh yeah, we need better economic ties.
Yeah. But in particular right now, there's a great window of opportunity for the U.S. and Taiwan to work together, maybe have a free trade agreement someday soon that will really make Taiwan a pretty big economic powerhouse. And I think it is the 11th or 13th biggest economy in the world?
I do not know.
Taiwan's no schlub. Or scrub.
Taiwan great again. It'd be so great. So great.
So we actually interviewed several people who did talk about the economic issue, how the U.S. should support Taiwan, doing a kind of trade agreement or otherwise supporting Taiwan economically came up several times.
Yeah, we also had a great interview with the Joe Rogan of Taiwan. But before we get off topic, Matt, tell your story about America Uncovered.
Oh, yeah, no, so the reason I was hosting America Uncovered is not because I'm secretly trying to take over the show. I'm openly trying to take over the show. No, what happened was Chris was actually on vacation, and we'd scheduled a bunch of episodes to come out couple weeks when Chris was on vacation, and then we decided last minute to go to Taiwan, and Chris cut his vacation short and flew to Taiwan. I and Shelley also flew from New York to meet him, but before we left, we realized we didn't have any episodes of America Uncovered for the weeks that we were going to be here, and we just didn't really feel we had the capacity. So I recorded a couple of them and scheduled them to come out. One came out last week, and one's going to come out tomorrow, Thursday.
So we do, whenever we travel, we try to do, or are going to be away, we do a lot of work up front to make sure you guys are still getting all the episodes a week.
Right. So if we ever take a vacation, it's actually or a trip. It's actually we have to do all the work for that amount of time, but condensed ahead of time.
I'm so tired.
Double the work.
It is double the work. And then, but what that meant is like, so we get here, we've got these America Uncovered. They're like done, they're ready to go. And then
no. Before we get here, like
before we arrive, but after we've already finished all the taping.
No, like it was like too late to do anything about it, but suddenly the whole Iran
thing
situation
like,
happened.
Yeah.
Like honestly, couldn't Trump have just waited like 2 weeks?
I don't think.
Come on, please.
I think you should be asking Soleimani to have waited.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you blame Trump for everything, Matt?
I
Hey, TSL
believe that's his passion,
256.
Chris.
That's true. Donated $5 and asked, are you going to cover the dispute between the U.S. and UK over Huawei 5G network? We've already been talking a lot about how different countries are handling Huawei, the Chinese telecom company that everyone says is a national security threat, and 2020 is going to be a big year for that topic too. So that's definitely on the list of things we will be talking about.
Well, what happened was Boris Johnson recently said, maybe like today or yesterday, like something about how, if people don't want us to use Huawei, they have to give us an alternative. As if like the only thing you could do is use Huawei. So, which is not true, but it's also a convenient narrative, right?
Right. Well, I mean, the whole 5G thing is like, everyone wants 5G, despite the fact that we've lived for a while successfully without it. But
well, we lived for a while successfully without cars.
no, we didn't. It was terrible to be alive in any of the, millennia before cars, Chris.
Got it. Mitch M donated 1,000 yen. Thank you. And then someone also donated or did a super sticker. Freedom not free. What is a super sticker?
Hey, can I have another slice of this mediocre pizza?
Yeah, man, go
I'm still
for
eating
it.
Before it gets completely cold. See, there's the cheese slightly coming out.
No, it's definitely like not warm.
Koala 1203 donate $5. Should the U.S. establish its military base in Taiwan to deter threat from mainland China? That's something people we've interviewed have talked about, the idea of having a U.S. military base in Taiwan. That would be a pretty big jump, pretty big escalation. There would probably be things before that happens that would occur, like establishing official diplomatic relationships, maybe having a real U.S. ambassador, having U.S. warship dock in Taiwan. There's many things that could happen before that stuff
Joint
happens.
military exercises, that's the next step.
That's a big one, definitely. If not having Taiwan join the big ones that are happening, having a separate U.S.-Taiwan military joint drill, which would be very useful in case of the event of natural disasters in the region.
They have had drills before, but like the U.S. has a big one in the Pacific every year called RIMPAC, and China used to be a part of it, but so there was no way that Taiwan was going to get invited when China was part of these drills with like South Korea and Japan and other countries in the U.S. But then last time they have these every 2 years, and last time the U.S. disinvited China. Like they didn't invite China because of everything that was going on in the South China Sea.
Mm-hmm.
So now that that's happening, there might be a chance for Taiwan to get invited instead. I don't know. Some people we've talked to, like Wang Yingyu, the legislator that we talked to from Tainan, who actually he won his re-election, but he was saying, that's one thing that Taiwan hopes for is to be invited to RIMPAC.
Well, Shaban K donated $2 and asked, could Russia or China moderate between the U.S. and Iran? I don't think that would be in the United States' interests to have either of them be a moderator. So I don't think that will happen.
If for back channel negotiations, I think I saw something about Switzerland or somebody.
Norway.
The Swiss.
Like, so there are more neutral parties available probably than Russia and
Who
China.
moderated the Israel-Palestine talks in the 90s?
That was Norway.
No, it was Norway.
Wasn't
Well-
Hulk Hogan?
What?
What?
Sorry, it's the Boba Pizza talking.
Okay. I think the U.S. was officially holding talks, but the back channel negotiations were handled by Norway.
Okay.
that there were kind of secret negotiations going on that actually led to the 94 peace talks. So
And then everything was solved after that.
No problems.
for at least a few months. Somebody, Anna Lynn asked, may I request durian pizza for next time?
Nope.
Please tell us where we can get this durian pizza.
Nope.
Where
Nope.
can we get durian pizza?
Nope. Josh Kusiak, sorry, I'm bad at names, donated $4.99, said, should Taiwan continue maintaining they are legally China or become the Republic of Taiwan? So that's an interesting question. We actually have an episode coming out this Friday, I think, dealing with some of the misconceptions people have about Taiwan and like what it is and isn't. So I think your question will be answered pretty well by that episode.
And also, Chris, an episode that's coming out in the next week or so is you sat down with William Stanton, was the former ambassador the former U.S. ambassador to Taiwan, but he can't be called an ambassador. He's the former director of the American Institute in Taiwan, which is like the thing
embassy.
that's really an embassy, but like you're not allowed to call it an embassy because that would make China very
Actually,
angry.
one thing that happened recently was that the Trump administration sent Marines to guard the American Institute in Taiwan, which is what happens at normal embassies around the world. But this was the first time that they had elevated that to the American Institute in Taiwan, kind of acknowledging that it was a formal embassy. So that was, that's the kind of stuff that we're talking about when we're talking about how can the U.S., diplomatically do more for Taiwan. It's like at that level, not yet at the level of like, we're going to establish a military base here. Also, when we were interviewing William Stanton, one of the things he said was interesting is that he was the first U.S. director to fly the American flag at the American Institute in Taiwan. Like that was seen as something that would be, maybe touchy. So like this is
And
the
nothing
level.
happened.
Yeah, so this is the level we're talking about.
Multi-Gove donated $2 Australian and asks, how did you three meet? Oh, real quick, Halliburton donated $100. Thank you, and says the Iron Cat wins with a heart. I don't know what that means.
The Iron Cat? Can you explain what the Iron Cat is?
Yes, but thank you for that donation.
Wow, thank you.
But to go back to Multi-Gove, how did we three met? I don't really know. I don't remember how we met. Did we always know each other?
We've always known each other. We've always lived in Taiwan together.
We've always eaten boba pizza.
We've always lived in Taiwan or Hong Kong or, I actually met you through my sister.
That's right, because your sister also went to NYU for music, and
Yeah, so that was how, like, we can't remember because it was more than 7 years ago. So you're like, oh my God, yes, you have a sister.
Yeah, okay, so that's that. We worked together a little bit, Matt.
Yeah, I don't remember when we first met, but then I joined the show 2 years in, so I joined in 2015.
Well, technically 14 for the Umbrella Movement.
14 I was the field producer for the Umbrella Movement when the protests in Hong Kong were so innocent.
Yeah.
And pepper spray, a little bit of pepper spray was like exotic.
Gosh.
Those were days.
Well, the Umbrella Movement did start off pretty violent, and then they like scaled it back pretty quickly.
Right, because the Hong Kong police were like, well, we don't want to get that violent.
When Chris says violent, what he means is the police sprayed fired tear gas at people.
And were like waving their batons like it was nobody's business.
But now we just saw some photos from the Hong Kong International Airport, and they've put up barbed wire in front of like the departure terminal and whatever. It's like really, like they're basically making it look like a prison.
It's awful. Someone says Tsai has 2 or 3 cats, and that's probably what's meant by the Iron Cats.
Yeah, yes, we know she. Actually, Tsai Ing-Wen's cats have their own Wikipedia page.
And yet I don't.
I'm not sure we want a Wikipedia page.
No.
No?
Could you imagine the flame wars that will?
It's gonna be trolls. Wikipedia is like, it is a cesspool for trolls for anything that's controversial, such as the way that you talk about China. It's gonna be a mess.
Don't talk bad about cesspools. Like that's really giving cesspools a bad name.
But yes, Tsai Ing-Wen's cats think or xiang, and Tsai, they have their own Wikipedia page. You can look it up. They're pretty cute. They're pretty adorable. I think they should have made election swag featuring Tsai Ing-Wen's cats.
It's very true. Wacky Wombat donated $7.99 Australian, asks, when is Chris releasing his range of terrific ties for every occasion? I want one. Well, was very inspired by, he's basically the Joe Rogan of Taiwan. He was a former gangster, he was a Marine, he was a businessman, an MMA fighter.
He owns a series of gyms
named after Genghis Khan. And so he has like a podcast.
And he does political live streams on YouTube.
And he has so much merchandise.
Oh my God!
He has like noodle merchandise.
Actually, but there's an interesting reason for that.
Oh, there is actually. He's not a sellout. But anyways, I'm inspired to do this too. But go ahead. Oh,
This is Quan Zhang's like.
Guanzhong.
yeah,
His name
that's
is-
his
What did I
name.
say? Quan Zhang?
Yeah, they spell G sounds with K's in Taiwan.
But they sell these they have like 40 different types of merch, including
So
this.
his brand is called in English is called Notorious. He's been a kind of a controversial figure, but the thing about him is he kind of started off doing like YouTube videos about how to work out and things like that, and then he started getting
His arms are the size of a man's head.
They are large, yes, and he's also the only man I've seen wear leggings on a.
I make no comment because I don't want him to come hunt me down.
But like he started getting into like political live streaming, like talking about like Taiwan's political situation, and like he became very like anti-Chinese Communist Party, and he and Huang Guochang, from the New Power Party, they led a march over the summer against the infiltration of what they call red media in Taiwan, which is like media who are bought or otherwise influenced by the Chinese Communist Party, which is a big problem here, and like 300,000 people showed up to this march. So that's why we were like, oh, he's kind of the Joe Rogan of Taiwan. But after
Can
he
you just make sure it's still recording?
started,
Yeah, we're still going. It's
Okay.
42 minutes.
after he started criticizing the Chinese Communist Party, then a lot of like the business he was doing for his gym, like sponsors started pulling out and all this stuff. And then so his solution was to start making his own products. And his idea is partly that he wants to prove to people that you can have a successful business without depending on China, that it's possible
That's
to kind of
admirable.
like make it on your own. So that's part of the reason that like we walked in and like there was, he's selling like whey protein and just tea and noodles and t-shirts. Like there was a lot going on.
Yeah, so I mean that really inspired me to like do our own line of products. I mean, hey, he has
something we
nuts.
make.
Why not uncensored nuts? A whole line of uncensored products.
Uncensored nuts.
Yeah,
That
What?
maybe we don't want to call it that.
I don't know why. David M donated $5 and says, Prague is establishing a relationship with Taipei. Shanghai is upset. Oh my. Thanks for your coverage of the election.
Said the video stopped, did it?
It does seem like the video has stopped on my thing. I don't know. Oh no, I had paused it somehow. Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for, thanks to all the 50 Cent Army, the China Uncensored 50 Cent Army, who is supporting this trip on Patreon. Like, our coverage of the election would not have been possible without their support. And thank you to all of you for watching. But yeah, it was great news to hear that Prague is doing that, like, around the world, cities are like making sister cities agreements with like China, and it's disgusting. But here this guy from the Pirate Party said, no, we're going to make a sister city agreement with Taipei, and China was so upset. It was wonderful. I was really happy to see that. That was some good news.
Did you see that Shanghai pulled out of their sister city agreement with Prague?
Well, I mean, that makes sense. You can
Yeah.
only have one sister.
Yeah, they were upset about the fact that Taiwan and Prague, or Taipei and Prague signed the sister city agreement, but then someone pointed out, if Taiwan is a province of China, then what's the problem?
No. Oh, getting them at their own game.
Yeah.
I love it.
Actually, the weirdest thing about, so you know that the Chinese government has been forcing, like bullying companies and other countries and all these people. Into,
Shanwu, boba tea pizza is too much. I agree.
Anyway, they've been bullying people into calling Taiwan's province of China, and like apparently this can have some unintended effects. I saw on Twitter somebody talking about how their friend was supposed to get a credit card from their bank in the U.S. and because it was labeled Taiwan province of China, it got sent to China, and so she never got her credit card. But like there was no way to not get it sent to China because the bank's website only had two choices. One would be China or Taiwan province of China. So
someone is suggesting uncensored underwear. We can have a whole line of products, I think.
I know.
So if you're just joining, we're in Taipei, Taiwan, eating a Domino's boba tea pizza, which... How did we eat over half of it? That was you two. I had nothing to do with
I
it.
had 2 slices. The first one to try it, and the second one because I was hungry.
This is my second slice.
Pizza Uncensored. We can have a brand of uncensored pizzas. Boba Fett pizza.
As a
like
Taiwanese, I will say boba pizza is sacrilegious. I mean...
I want a Chris plush toy too.
Wait,
These
suddenly I
look
realized that
fun.
maybe this is honey on top. Does
Honey,
this
you
look like
think?
honey?
All right. Well, we should probably begin wrapping this up because we have some more episodes we need to record and film today. And in about 7, 8 hours, we're going to be going to one of Taiwan's famous night markets where we'll be doing another live, so you'll have a chance there to ask us questions.
Where we will be forcing Chris to eat more things.
Yay! So
Who
I
wants
think
to see Chris eat stinky tofu? Please leave your comments below.
I need to eat this and stinky tofu on the same day.
Yeah, you'll have 8 hours to, recover.
I'm going to go on a long fast. All right.
And then durian pizza.
And then, oh, geez, no. All right, well,
I think
thanks
Chris
for watching.
Chris has just lost the will to live.
I have lost the will to live. Yeah, thanks for watching. Again, big thank you to everyone who supports China Uncensored on Patreon. None of this is possible without you. And thank you to Matt and Shelley for being here with me, except for when they feed me things I don't want to eat.
Being a celebrity is hard, Chris.
That's true. I can't wait for uncensored nuts.
But, nothing will compare to the Tainan beef hot pot.
Oh my gosh, that was the best.
That was really good. So, would you eat another boba pizza if that meant you got to have more of the beef hot pot?
Yes, 100 times yes. All right, thanks for joining us. Yeah, stay tuned. We'll have, what's today? We'll have more episodes coming out soon. And they're great. You'll love them, you'll laugh, and you'll learn something too. Thanks for watching China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell.
I'm Shelly Job.
And I'm Matt Gnezda.
And I'm Tsai Ing-Wen. Goodbye. Oh, her arms don't move. They're sewn onto her body.
Why does she sound like a witch?
I have a very narrow range of voiceover abilities. Bye.